Hi, I'm Kara Benke, a Senior Teaching and Learning Specialist at Coursera. If you're new to online teaching, you may be wondering, where do I start? What do I need to do to design an online learning experience? In this video, we will introduce Coursera's research-based pedagogy principles for creating online content. By the end of this video, you will be able to define these pedagogy principles and learn how to use them for guidance when designing and planning your content. Pedagogy principles are the foundational instructional design practices that you should include when creating content on Coursera. Whether you're creating a short standalone course or a master's degree, all content on Coursera must include a tight alignment between learning objectives, assessments, and instructional materials. Our pedagogy principles are based on Coursera's experience with millions of learners around the world, their success stories, and their challenges. Insights from internal data combined with research findings on the science of learning are at the core of these pedagogy principles. Let's look at our first principle. Learning objectives should clearly define the desired outcome and skills that learners will gain from your content. You can highlight learning objectives throughout your content regardless of its size or scope. For example, you can explain to learners what they will understand after watching a video, which computer science skills they'll apply in a programming assignment, or what requirements they'll need to achieve in order to earn a master's degree. No matter how you frame your learning objectives, they should be actionable, specific, and include clear criteria for success. Success criteria are the standards by which the objective will be judged in order to demonstrate mastery. In general, learners should know when they've completed a particular objective. This is most often achieved by completing an assessment. Let's take a look at an example to better understand how a well-designed learning objective is the first step to creating effective assessment. This is a learning objective of a course that teaches machine learning. The objective reads, after completing this course, learners will be able to apply a backpropagation algorithm to train deep neural networks using automatic differentiation. Let's take a closer look to see how this learning objective is actionable, specific, and shows the learner criteria for success. This learning objective is actionable because it uses an active verb. Learners need to apply a particular algorithm. You can refer to Bloom's taxonomy to help you create actionable learning objectives according to different levels of complexity or specificity. Now let's take a look at why this learning objective is specific. The objective explains exactly what type of algorithm learners need to apply, a backpropagation that uses automatic differentiation. The criteria for success is that learners need to train a deep neural network. Now that we have a clear learning objective, we can start to design an assessment that evaluates the skill. Assessments are a crucial part of learning because they evaluate and measure learner progress and mastery of the learning objectives. This is how we test whether learners gain the skills we've sought out to teach them. There are a variety of ways to use assessments when designing online courses. For example, a video can include an in-video question to test a concept that you've just introduced, whereas a bachelor's degree may require a student to complete a team project before graduating. In general, there are two types of assessments. First, we have formative assessments, which are practice opportunities that help learners prepare for the graded assessments. The graded or summative assessments are how you formally evaluate a learner's level of mastery with the learning objectives. In general, you should include both formative and summative assessments in your online learning experiences. The length and complexity of assessments can vary, but we recommend that all assessments reflect an authentic demonstration of the core learning objectives. Ideally, learners can apply hands-on skills they've learned directly into the assessment itself. To better understand this, let's take another look at our previous learning objective example. We can turn this into a formative quiz question so learners can practice with the initial concepts for this skill. For the graded assessment, we want to design a hands-on exercise where learners are evaluated by training a neural network, the criteria for success for this objective. A Jupyter Notebook is a useful tool to do this, so learners can get hands-on skills coding this type of algorithm. Once you have your formative and summative assessments designed in the content, now you're ready to design the instruction. Instructional materials are used to teach learners directly. These materials scaffold the learning path by helping learners build their skills and knowledge step by step as they work towards mastery. We recommend that you design your instructional materials after you've created your learning objectives and assessments. Using backwards design helps ensure your teaching materials stay up to date and directly correlate to the assessments and learning objectives. Let's revisit our previous learning objective example and see how we can design our instruction. Now that we know what skills we want to teach to our learner, and we know how we want to evaluate their understanding with formative and summative assessments, we can design the instruction in confidence. We can provide real-world examples and clear explanations of the concepts. Designing the assessments before the instruction helps ensure that all concepts are appropriately introduced and minimizes the chance for any content gaps in our teaching. There are a variety of ways to teach on Coursera, but videos are the most popular way to deliver instruction. You can also use text, interactive plugins, labs, and other ways to deliver instruction and teach your learners. Whichever format you choose, make sure that your instructional materials are engaging and accessible to all, including mobile learners. Many Coursera learners use their mobile phone when taking a course, so make sure you use large font and visually appealing imagery. In this video, we looked at how the tight alignment of learning objectives, assessments, and instructional materials create pedagogical principles that you can use to design your online content. If you're curious about the research behind these pedagogy principles or would like more information, check out our article on the Partner Resource Center.